Okay, President's Council, President Rodriguez, myself, the Treasurer, Leonora Liz, Rick McCormick, City Clerk, and a host of department heads. So the first item of business will be item 1, New York State Division of Homeland Security Emergency Services has awarded the City of Middletown $10,098 grant for the purchase of 2 MDTs with full MDT setups. Chief Wanchu is requesting permission of the mayor as a sole authorized signator to sign all necessary documents. Request funding be added to their equipment line 312201 upon approval for the requisition and purchase of MDTs. Motion by myself.
Second.
Second by Rodriguez. Chief, what's an MDT?
The MDTs are mobile data terminals. They're the computers in the vehicles.
Gotcha. So these are not plate readers, these are just computers?
This is a computer.
Okay. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. City of Middletown Police Department has been approved for an additional $10,475 for funding in the Orange County Youth Bureau grant. The original grant was approved under Resolution 32-22. Chief is requesting that the City of Middletown authorize the acceptance of this extra funding and request to add $10,000 to our established Orange County Youth Bureau program budget line 312525. The continued purpose of the grant is to serve the youth of our communities ages 14 through 20. You don't want the $475 or just?
I'm looking at that. I believe it's a typo.
Okay.
It should be $10,475.
Okay, so we'll make a motion to amend the resolution to make the request to add $10,475. Motion to amend by myself.
Second.
Second by Rodriguez. Vote on the motion to amend. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, aye. So now we have the correct resolution is to transfer the to accept the $10,475 and put it into that budget line. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3, Maria Bruni requesting authorization for mayor to sign all necessary documents and certifications regarding the 2022 CDBG action plan. Raylan, can you say that for me? CDBG. Okay. Also, authorization for the submission of the 2022 action plan to the Office of Housing and Urban Development. Motion by Rodriguez, seconded by myself. Do you want to give us a quick, short overview?
This is the annual action plan, and we got our funding for this year, so we had to wait for HUD to give us our award letter. Our award came in at $429,598, and now we did our final public hearing and everything last week, or I believe it was on Monday. So now we can forward the plan with our budgets and everything.
Okay, so this is the annual appropriation, how we're going to spend that money.
Correct.
All right. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 2-0. Item 4, City of Middletown desires to apply for financial assistance through the Consolidated Funding Application, CFA, under the Environmental Protection Fund, Parks Preservation and Heritage Grants, and the Homes and Community Renewal Main Street Program. The city will be requesting funding to replace 2 roofs at the Paramount Theater, the large roof over the auditorium stage, and a smaller metal roof over the backstage area. The grant application requires that the applicant obtain approval and endorsement of the governing body of the municipality that is applying for funding. Maria Bruni is seeking authorization for the mayor to sign as sole signatory any and all necessary documents required pertaining to the consolidated funding application and for approval of the submission for grant. She is also requesting the city to provide 25% match required by the grant program in the amount of $100,000 from the general fund balance, and for the city treasurer to establish a capital line for the project. This is necessary for the grant application. Motion by myself.
Second.
Second by Rodriguez. All right, so let me understand. So we have to give a letter of commitment of funding like on the other grants that we've done?
Yeah, they wanted commitment by resolution in order to submit this grant.
Okay.
through these
And Leonora,
programs.
if we don't get the grant, then obviously, once we get the grant, then it ties up that general fund money. If the grant's rejected, we have a process where we reverse it and free that money back up. Okay. And the estimates that you got from a roofer?
Yeah, we got an estimate from a roofer, and they came in just under that, but, you know,
Okay.
we thought about soft costs and stuff that we would discuss.
Okay. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 5, Middletown desires to apply for financial assistance on the CFA grants. This is a strategic planning and feasibility study and smart growth comprehensive planning grant application. Requires that the applicant obtain approval. Similar to the previous one, Maria Bruin requesting authorization to sign a sole signatory and all necessary documents required to the consolidated funding application for approval of the submission of the grant. Motion by myself,
Second.
second by Rod Ray. Now, there's no set aside on this one? Okay,
There is a match if we get it.
if we get it. But how much is this grant request for?
We're going off the model of the strategic plan that we did for DRI, so we figured the project total could be around 300,000. And there's two programs that we're looking at through ESD and Smart Growth, so we're trying to get 200, and they're capped at 100 each.
Right. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 6, Leonora Liz is requesting additional ARPA funds in the amount of $750,000 to apply for the O&W project, apply to the O&W project. The original amount was $3 million. Previously, the city had applied for 2021 CFA funding for this amount and was unsuccessful. The city requests that the general funds be allotted to the project line to cover this gap in funding. Well, let's get a motion to apply it on the, motion to get it on the floor by myself,
Second.
second by Rodriguez. No, is it general funds or ARPA funds?
It would be ARPA funds, but it sits in the general funds.
Okay.
So it's to transfer the capital line.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so we have a motion seconded by Rodriguez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 7, City of Middletown has been awarded $800,000 in home funding through the County of Orange Community Development for the creation of 8 rental units at the O&W station. Leonora Liz is requesting a temporary borrowing from the general fund balance in the amount of $800,000 to cover the expenses associated with this grant until a contract with the county is finalized and the reimbursement process can begin. The general fund balance will be reimbursed with the grant. So it's a commitment from general fund of $800,000 to the O&W project, which I assume is the 4.900 line. Motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Rodriguez. Maria, you want to just give us a brief on that?
As you know, we received $800,000 in home funds from the county, and this is a reimbursable grant, so we have to put this mechanism in place for the reimbursement in order to receive the funds.
We have to show the commitment of funds, but we're not borrowing these funds, right? They're from general fund commitment.
Right.
Correct.
So it's a reimbursable grant.
Okay. All right, any further questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 8, Recreation Department was given a donation in the amount of $2,000 from the Middletown Little League to go towards the cost of renovating Watts Park concession stand. Accept this donation, authorize the treasurer to deposit the donation into the Parks Improvement Line 478. Motion by Rodriguez, seconded by myself. Self-explanatory. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 9, Recreation Department was given a donation in the amount of $110 from the CSEA Retirer Local 917 of Orange, Ulster, and Sullivan County to go towards Camp Scholarship. Please accept this donation, authorize the deposit into the Summer Camp Scholarship line. Motion by Rodriguez, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 10, Jacob Tawil requesting that an account line be established for the state touring route funding and that the city will receive reimbursement from the Department of Transportation. $1,309,484.99 was awarded in 2021. An additional 1,309,484.99 in 22. Totals 2,618,969.98 can be put into this account and can be used towards the milling and paving of the city streets. Reimbursements for repairs can be submitted quarterly, and any unused funds will roll over to the next quarter. Motion by myself,
Second.
second by Rodriguez. Jacob, is this CHIPS?
That's another additional funding. This is additional funding besides CHIPS, but it's very similar,
Okay,
very similar to CHIPS. We have accounts established for CHIPS and other funding, Pave New York. This is a new funding line, so we have to establish a line for it. So basically, we pay the contractor, then once we pay, we ask for reimbursement from the state, and the state will give us the money back.
but are we putting up this money into committing from general fund? So how are they going to draw off the line if,
So historically, we just put it in the revenue line in the capital fund. So
Okay.
we're increasing the revenue line by 1.5 and also the expense line by 1.5.
gotcha,
The same as CHIPS.
all right. So there's no commitment of general fund balance. Okay, motion was by me, seconded by Rodriguez. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, there's a second part of that. That was the 1.5 million is what you requested. I didn't look on the second page. So that's where you were increasing the revenue line by, not by 2.6, but by 1.5.
Correct, that's what they're going to use this year, only 1.5.
Okay. All right, then we got water and sewer adjustments. 8-10 King Street. Property was purchased in the beginning of September and is a monthly bill. This is not billed again until January, as the new owner did not file the deed, and we didn't have the correct billing owner address. The usage that the owner is asking for a reduction is a January bill of 376,000 gallons, which is actually 4 months and not 1 month. I don't know where its adjustment is. His average after that, his monthly bill is almost 80,000 for the following month, so. No motion from myself. You want to make a motion to adjust?
Nope.
Dies for lack of motion. Next is 5 Lincoln Terrace, one family owner occupied. Owner had work done in the home and the workers left the faucet running, causing an overflow and property damage. It looks like prior to, is the home occupied or? Come to you right away, stay in New York City most of the time and travel to my home once a month. It was then discovered that the flood destroyed my ceiling. Is there any documentation associated with it? There was no leak, she's saying it was just an I think she should contact her, the contractor's insurance. I mean, there's basically no water being used on the property at all. I don't know. So, how much is a 43,000 gallon bill? Not that much, right?
She didn't have a licensed plumber either, right?
There was no leak. I don't know how we adjust someone just leaving the water on, but any motion?
Nope.
Dies for lack of a motion. And then we have a request for a lawn mowing charge adjustment. I received a notice of delinquent tax liens for 2021, $350 I was not aware of. I called the city to inquire what the charge was. They informed me it was cutting my lawn on 2 occasions. I did not receive any prior notice that my lawn needed cutting. I was under the impression that the lawn season doesn't start until June to the end of June, or due to June. And one of the cuts was in June. The lawn cutting she was not informed that lawn cutting season was in place. I didn't know we had one. She then employed a lawn cutting service after that. Anyone want to make a motion?
Oh, no.
Dies for lack of a motion. Any other business? Motion to adjourn?
Hello.